All right, this is Philadelphia 76ers now by Chat Sports. Appreciate all of you for making today's show a part of your day. We're talking James Harden injury. We're talking Jalen McDaniels injury as well. Harden coming off arguably his worst game of the season Monday night against the Chicago Bulls, dealing with left Achilles soreness. He has now been downgraded to questionable for tonight's game against the Chicago Bulls. Is that a little bit of a lingering concern? We'll explore. Before we do, though, please help us out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you love the Philadelphia 76ers, be smart and subscribe. We are 1,262 people away from reaching a pretty cool milestone here on the channel of 10,000 subs. And if you're coming across the show for the first time, this is why you should hit that subscribe button. We cover everything. Sixers news, Sixers rumors, Sixers analysis. When the trade deadline happened, we were all over some of the acquisitions and deals that Daryl Morey and this front office made during free agency. That's really our specialty, right up our wheelhouse. NBA draft coverage as well, as I lead our draft coverage here at Chat Sports. And if you continue to subscribe and get us to 10,000 subs, shoot, I'm not ruling out doing some playoff watch parties. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers, make sure you subscribe right now. Going back to James Harden here, downgraded to questionable for Wednesday's game against the Chicago Bulls. The ruling on his injury, left Achilles soreness. Now, he was certainly terrible against the Chicago Bulls on Monday night in that double overtime loss, in a game that was really, really weird, by the way. At the end of the first half, not a lot of scoring. Then there were some theatrics and dramatics going into those double overtime periods. Joel Embiid was fantastic, but then once he fouled out, Sixers were pretty much screwed because James Harden could not do anything. Was he struggling because of that left Achilles soreness? Maybe. Final tallies for the Beard on Monday, not good at all. 5 points as he was D'd up by Patrick Beverley, as you can see right here. Did dish out 12 assists. He's always good for that. But 2 of 14 from the field and 0 of 6 from beyond the arc. Because Embiid was in foul trouble late, Sixers needed somebody to step up, show out. James Harden did not do that. And with Harden, this season, it's been very rare when he has these types of games, but you'll occasionally get these James Harden clunkers, which really do blow your mind, especially this year, considering how good he's been in 2022-2023. Playing at an all-star-like level, I thought he was snubbed from making it to the NBA All-Star game. 21 plus points per game so far this year, 6.3 rebounds, averaging nearly 11 dimes per night, 44% from the field, and I believe that 38% mark from downtown, the highest of his career. And a lot of people are asking me, Chase, Achilles injury. If you tear that, it's arguably the worst injury that you can suffer for a basketball player or really any athlete out there. We've made so many medical strides and developments with a torn ACL, but that torn Achilles, it is catastrophic. And that's why I wouldn't be overly concerned if this is something that lingers or leads to a larger injury. That's a serious problem. So at this point, if I'm the Sixers, I would just rest him. The Sixers are screwed, as well as their playoff hopes if he gets hurt. And the Sixers are going to need some good injury luck here in order for them to finally make it past that second round if they have any hopes of winning an NBA championship. It always seems like at the most inopportune of times, a big injury happens to Joel Embiid. Hopefully this is not one of those for James Harden, and hopefully Embiid can continue this tear of all these 30-plus point games because he's playing great basketball, dominant, and in my opinion, is the MVP. And according to the odds, number one to win that award. You look at the Eastern Conference standings here. This is where Philadelphia currently sits. Milwaukee Bucks, only a 3-game lead in the win column, 51-20. The Sixers were very close to overtaking the Celtics. Boston now 50-23. Sixers 48-23. Cleveland Cavaliers 2 games behind Philadelphia in that win column. The New York Knicks, they were surging. They've cooled off just a tad, but certainly an interesting team in that 5 position at 42-31. Somehow the Brooklyn Nets continue to win games and keep their heads above water after trading away Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Miami Heat, scary team, as we've continued to talk about, because of Eric Spoelstra being arguably the best coach in the NBA. Their defensive physical style, it seems to give the Sixers fits. Atlanta Hawks, Toronto Raptors, Chicago Bulls, Miami Heat, all closely contested there to potentially be in that NBA play-in tournament. Miami Heat sitting pretty, though, with the 3-game lead over the 8-seeded Atlanta Hawks. So with that, let's pivot to this. The Sixers are the blank best team in the East. Do you think they're better than Boston? Then you would say the second best team. If you think they're not as good as the Milwaukee Bucks, you get the idea. Fill in the blank for us. And for all the real ones out there, I know that we always get you to comment real ones in the chat. A lot of you who watch Philadelphia Eagles now do the same. So if you're looking for a real one shirt, multiple colors available, including the Sixers colors, which are showing you here. And you can get your shirts today at chatsports.com/real1. Join the Real One movement. If you're about that life, it's a perfect shirt for you. And if you are a real one as well, make sure you hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me there. It's the same handle on both social media platforms, at Chase_Senior. Let me know what you think of the show. If you love me, if you hate me, if you have a question about the Sixers, the Eagles, NFL, college football, NBA, I cover it all. Life, too. Just hit 300 straight days on my running streak, at Chase_Senior. Let's round out the latest on Jalen McDaniels. Missed a couple of games here. He came back. Now he's back out of the lineup because of a lingering hip injury. And since this trade at the NBA trade deadline, been a pretty solid player for Philadelphia. Really like his activity, his length, his athleticism. He said this about his injury. Yeah, bleep. Yeah, I am frustrated. I can't really know what else to really say. I can't really just move the way I want to, play how I want to, high motor, running, things like that. It's kind of like hold me back a little bit. And Doc Rivers did say when he did put back McDaniels into the lineup, he had to take him out of the game because he simply was not himself. And I actually think his impact's been a little bit better than what the numbers show here. He got that start where he registered more than 20 points, and he was really, really good. And when he closed that comeback against the Milwaukee Bucks while Tobias Harris was on the bench, you're like, shoot, is he going to be a part of the closing five? Then he gets injured. Haven't really seen much of him since. Has he been as good as Matisse Thybulle? Yeah, maybe not in terms of the overall numbers, but in terms of the impact and his on-court fit, yeah, he's been pretty solid. 49% from the floor. 3-point numbers not good. Just shy of 6 points per game, but very, very active on the defensive end of the floor. And because of all the things that I talked about, length, athleticism, that Energizer Bunny type of movement, his athleticism has given the Sixers a boost on both ends of the floor. Runs the floor well, too. Pretty good finisher around the rim because of that length. I think the Sixers have really missed him. So if you're still rocking with us, I told y'all about it. Real One roll call. If you're still rocking with us, give us a real one down in the comment section. You saw the link for the Real One shirts, and we'll catch you next time here on Sixers Now.